The problem is Seraphine's just kind of looking at everyone running towards you in those types of choke points and those types of narrow engages that you're looking for, and she loves that.
Yeah.
That's where she thrives. A pillar is looking at that the same way. Oh, you're all trying to funnel through this one choke point to set up a really nice combo. It's really difficult for Career and Smash to really make a play here. They cannot even enter.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like they kind of want to do something, but it's just a smite on the dragon. We got an ult down on a Vicla, as immediately Showmaker is forcing Vicla out of this one. Flash comes forward, and down will go Vicla. Just like that, Showmaker warping the game around his Yone.
Just like he did in game one. And it's a very similar situation where Vicla uses his flash late after his demise is almost certain, as Raptor's trying to come over, but was...
He's ahead in gold. He's tied up the CS, essentially, and having that Ryze power is going to be significantly delayed, and the Yone can do stuff, as we do have some pressure in top lane. Clear. Gonna zigzag back and forth, even flashes away. Career kind of reconsidering it, but is gonna go in with the flash and the dredge line, and he does not miss those, and will pick up the kill here for Xiu.
Huge win for Career, playing so confidently on this Nautilus pick again. By the bottom duo, like you mentioned, the TP is there for Smash. He's going to use it to come straight back to lane, so he can push this wave in and out.
Hextech again.
It is Hextech again. Now Diablo has to make a tough call. Does he want to back here with low mana or stay? But if he backs, he's going to lose so much on this turret as Raptor's coming in looking for a play.
Here we got the collapse coming on in. Subjugate not utilized on time, and he flashes away and just dies to Lucid.
Vicla is overcommitting as well.
Yeah, should be able to get this kill though. We'll see what happens after that, as he will flash the wall and get away.
All right, I spoke too soon on that one. His flash is going to be good over the fat wall there to escape.
Better League of Legends here in game number 2, especially compared to the first game we had. In this Ass Seraphine, yes, they're ahead, but not that far ahead. Not as far ahead as you would expect, as we have a committal here, and Career's just kind of getting left out to dry, as Showmaker's like, sorry, buddy, way more than I expected in this fight, and I'm just going to ult this wall and get away.
That should
Which
be
he does.
Significant pressure here in the bottom lane, though. Showmaker's not out yet.
Yeah, maybe I spoke too soon. He is going to have to flash.
So he has to flash. His back is interrupted. He cannot farm this wave. The plates are going to get taken out here. Lucid's coming down with his ult coming down as well, but Showmaker doesn't have his own. And Showmaker's hesitating to back, but I think he doesn't want to give this turret, but I'm not sure if he can make something of this, as Kellen's a bit isolated.
Yeah, Kellen backing on a control ward, not the safest place to back there, and he just dies. I don't really... I mean, they felt like they had a lot of control over that push, I think, and that they could just back wherever they wanted, but...
Dplus are going to have this Herald, and I said this is going to be our first real major fight. But without ultimates here for BNK, they may just simply let it go. They're in position, but without the ults, it's difficult to actually fight. As speaking of no ults, Showmaker comes up in 10.
Yeah, Career in a lot of trouble here. Subjugate is down onto him, and Clear has the inside track. Raptor just going to pick up that kill, and DK have to abandon the pit for now. Although it does look like with the Ziggs coming up and a TP channeled from Showmaker, they want to get in. The smite is good from Raptor, but now the turn comes down, and immediately Xiu is just dead. Lucid as well being kited out very nicely. Raptor going to put down the Rift Herald as well. They're considering for sure if they want to continue on this one, but
I think he should be able to drift into the mid lane here.
Yep.
If they tried to stay, he would have been able to disrupt the follow-up fight, but now he's just going to get this guaranteed crash. The punish is so difficult. We'll see. Showmaker has ult.
I mean, he's in a little bit of trouble. Really did not want to flash there. Looks like it just barely came up right now, but he's not going to have to use it.
And just like that, though, I mean, simply put, just like that, the lead is gone for Dplus.
And, yeah, we seem to be very back and forth. It does feel like BNK, you know, coming back in this game is looking really good for them with the Ryze and the Ashe on their team. A nice amount of scaling there. But DK, I mean, that was their opportunity to make this game theirs, but not quite, as we're going to have a fight underneath this one. Diablo just gets blown to smithereens.
Well, the Dragon...
Drake does go over to the Trundle, and Raptor's not done yet, as Lucid in a lot of trouble himself, and will be chased down. And DK are going at 1-by-1, but the damage is insane. They go all in onto the Renekton, as Clear is going to have to pay for their sins, whereas the rest of BNK still on the run. We have DK on the chase here. They're looking to hide on Bush and maybe get that going, but they knew they were in the charm. But the charm goes down onto Showmaker, and it's 2 for BNK. And hiding on Bush, the best strategy you can have.
Now, Faker may not be here in Hong Kong, but his legacy still remains. As in this moment, DK have no choice but to follow. They cannot just simply give this Drake up and let them get out. It's 3 kills the opportunity. But unfortunately, and Smash forced to flash here. May still be dead.
I think he's just dead. Nowhere for him to go. Vicla is unstoppable. 5-1 on the Ryze. He's 2,000 gold plus ahead of his opponent.
And in this fight, he's the one who does the majority of the damage as Diablo is collapsed on here. So much is used to kill the AD carry. And the Renekton, who shows up mid-fight here with tons of fury and is in the backline, is just so incredibly difficult to kill. And even though Vicla's on low health, he is just pumping damage constantly. And then here the call is made. Look at the ult for the Seraphine. Kellen gets it at this exact moment. They make the call to hide and look for the turn. They pick up the final kills there. And that may have been the back-breaking moment. And this is just insult to injury. A Smash gets over the wall, but still gets rune prisoned.
The stacks on, the Rod of Ages. They're just going to go for this in 20 minutes.
Both of their soul laners in bottom lane have TP.
Yeah, it's on Vision. I mean, they saw this happening. And TP's going to be used, only one of them, notably. Well, so they use one, and that stops them from taking the... Well, I say that.
Shiu does commit his anyways.
Yeah. And now we're going to have the Dredge line in onto the Trundle. The arrow hits nobody, and Showmaker goes super deep for tons of damage, but now out of position, has to flash. Smash doesn't have his, and he will get smashed down the bottom lane, and DK is gone. And BNK will get something for their troubles.
I mean, at the end of the day, these are the types of problems we raised when we were looking at these compositions. How difficult it is for Dplus to be the ones to come to the play and make that aggressive move when they're so heavily melee. It's very challenging, and even the Aurora, who isn't melee, has to do so much upfront burst at low range to be relevant in these fights. And she went Leandri's, so the burst is not as strong as it otherwise could be in this game. So, like, watch this fight break out. Dplus are challenging for position. Career goes in initially. But how do you actually fight this from here? Showmaker has to go in alone. Where's the follow-up damage? There just isn't any. I think Showmaker should have played this slower. Kellen, also, by the way, incredibly patient in this fight. Just waits, holds his ultimate. He's like, I'm just going to make sure they... And this Trundle has a frozen heart.
Yeah, I think from ahead, this comp is just so oppressive. And Shiu, standing on Vision, doesn't know it. And gets caught in a really rough spot. I mean, that's the worst timing as well. We just realm warp into the Baron Pit, they say.
The Vision game has been insane for BNK this series. They have wards everywhere. They're always watching you.
Their Baron damage is really strong. Even the Trundle and the Ashe Ryze goes without saying. You see Lucid, he's going to have to go for it. He's going to have to pull out the big smites just like he did against Owner. Flashes into the pit. Tons of burst damage does come down as they try to go deep for Diablo, but Diablo stays alive. And they do get the kill on a clear, though. BNK not in the best of spots. Smash kind of ruling the Rift right now against all these low health bars is going to push them off the objective.
So it ends up being a trade here. Trade up for BNK with a kill on Shiu, but Dragon on the cards for Dplus, and they end up getting them off the map. So there's just so much extra tempo that's now gained here by Dplus. As a Vision game, I mentioned, look at the whole map, what's happening. I guess we know what happened to Shiu, but the Vision, like every entrance to every river, there's a ward on it. BNK find their opportunities. Now, this does not end up being the highest value ultimate here from Kellen. Only hits the Nautilus. And this means that Lucid is completely uncontested as it goes on to Diablo. And Diablo's health bar being low is the biggest problem here. Is Clear tried to trade his life bar to then give him the opportunity to clean up the fight, but he was too low to do so. And the Dragon is not taken by Dplus. They were unable to do so, and now
they're going so aggressively to try to start these fights. I feel like it's BNK. You've got to let DK come to you instead. They're just running into the jungle. Vicla's going to go down. And immediately Showmaker picks up a huge shutdown.
I mean, they don't have their critical tools in this fight. They don't have the off.
Lucid is spotted. He's just going to go right on in because he doesn't have anywhere else to go. And that's going to be the Ziggs just blown up like that. And the Ryze incredibly strong right now. And that is what Vicla is capable of on this pick when he is very fed. Is now going to go on in. The stun on the Showmaker, though, and that means he misses entirely, trying to be the hero. Meanwhile, Shiu trying to 1v1 Vicla. I don't know about that one, buddy, as the map is falling apart for DK, and maybe now BNK can take the Baron.
It looks likely. There's just no one to stop them. And I'm not sold on that Lucid flank there, because you're playing into this comp. You need to be able to get, like, if you can set this up where Smash is there and you can satchel somebody or Career's a little bit closer, then I'm kind of on the same page with you. But in this case, He just goes in, disconnected from the rest of his team. Vicla says no to Smash. You cannot join. You're not going to be a factor here. And just like that, BNK look at Lucid the same way I am, kind of going, what was your plan here? And then this stun ruined Showmaker's setup. And Diablo just sidesteps, but even if he gets the kill here, doesn't know how much it really turns the tides of this game. At least it might have slowed the Baron that is almost certainly already smote in live. Yeah. 3 parts of this in the 1-1-3, so to speak, here with a 3-man in bottom lane.
Oh, shoot. Okay, well, he's desperately trying to clear the cannons, and instead he cleared his own health bar. So, yeah, maybe they're trying to collapse here on the bottom side, but everything is seen.
The vision game, again, for BNK is just, they're doing their due diligence everywhere. They leave no stone unturned, and so this Wukong flank is just caught out immediately. Now they're looking for a TP flank. That's out of vision.
Yeah, Creo's getting burst down in the front part of this fight as they are going to get the flash out of Diablo, and immediately Showmaker just dies as maybe they take out the Ash, as Siu does get on the flank here. And now Vicla is underneath the turret, does an insane amount of damage to Smash, and maybe he is the one that can break open the space. Down will go the Renekton. They're still chasing under the turret. Guys, you're going too aggressive. I know your team is BNK FEARX and you don't have fear, but come on, guys. You didn't have to do that.
They didn't have to. I don't know if it really matters that much, though.
Just like game 1.
And in this moment, Diablo's flash feels like it's the last potentially tense moment in this game where they want to follow up. He flashes this, it's done. He doesn't get caught by Showmaker. There's no follow-up anyways. And Vicla, yes, he roam warps into practically the fountain in this one, but he has Zonias. It doesn't matter. Clear is so big that even though Smash dies, he absorbed everything, did so much damage with Vicla anyways, and this is just a comedy. As Lucid, again, he's the main character here in terms of setup engagement. They're just going to jump over the pit wall and start the Baron. They have so much
Look at this damage. I mean, it's already like half gone. And Lucid's like, well, maybe I can get, no, I can't get past the Renekton. There's the root, there's the Baron. Goes over to BNK.
And they passed the patience test I was talking about. They played it well, they played it great.
There are a lot of flank wards, actually, in mid. So got to be careful about that, but and also that, don't run straight into the Ziggs bomb, but you can still siege until the dragon comes up and then try to get Hextech Soul and win the game off of that. That should be the safest way to lock this one down. And for Dplus KIA, I mean, again, you're going to have to rely on flanks. I would imagine with the TPs coming in, they have a lot of flank wards, even on the bottom side of the map. And besides that, I don't really see a good angle. Vicla gonna take a bunch of damage, but runs straight up to the soul and says, I will take you down! Flashes in and takes him out. Showmaker no longer on the Rift, as in will go Raptor, Lucid getting bullied away. And these 2 inhibitors will fall. And maybe the 3rd to follow as well. Maybe they say, well, we don't even need to play around the dragon. We can just end this game right here.
They have so many Baron up cannon minions. It's just an insane siege as Clear can buy so much space. And I think BNK are going up to match point here, Valdez. A very dominant start to the series.
Looking fantastic so far in the first couple of wins. Not very close in these 2 games, as maybe they get Raptor, but they will not get the game. It's 2-0. That does go to BNK FEARX, as they want to